Hey guys, welcome to my channel Easy Economics 67. Currently we are studying the chapter Utility Analysis, and today we are going to see the criticisms of the law of DMU. As all of us know, Dr. Alfred Marshall has put forward this law of DMU on the basis of certain assumptions. Now some economists feel that they argue that they criticize that this law is not working, it's not functioning. Now what are the criticisms? What's the opinion of the critics? Let us see that today. Now criticisms, we have 5 points here. As I have mentioned on the board everything in detail. Here we may find a short code of the criticisms from the initials of the point. Point number 1, U, C, I, C, single bond. So here the shortcome becomes U, C, I, C, single bond. So starting with the first criticism, starting from U, unrealistic assumptions. Now, all of us know that Dr. Alfred Marshall has put forward this law of diminishing marginal utility, which is based on certain assumptions. He has mentioned various assumptions like homogeneity, that means uniformity, that each and every unit of consumption should be same in size, shape, taste, etc. Then continuity, there should be continuous consumption, constancy, rationality. So this law is based on various assumptions. But critics argue that in reality, in fact, fulfilling all these assumptions, it's not possible. Practically, it's impossible to fulfill all these conditions laid by Dr. Alfred Marshall. And hence, thus, they say that this law is of no use as we cannot fulfill the assumptions. So, we can't see the functioning of the law. We can't test this law. Now, second criticism is cardinal measurement. In the features, if you remember, we have already studied that this utility is hypothetical. Its imaginative concept is imaginary concept. And also we have learned that utility is a subjective concept. That means it's a pure psychological concept. Utility of a commodity is actually, it differs from person to person, and moreover it's nothing but feeling, how we feel. It's a feeling. Utility is a feeling, so it's a psychological concept. Whereas this law assumes, see, here the law mentions that by this law, Dr. Alfred Marshall is proving that the marginal utility gained from the commodity, it goes on decreasing or diminishing. And for proving this diminishing marginal utility, Dr. Alfred Marshall has assumed the cardinal or numerical measurement of utility in order to add it, compare it, and present it, so that the utility can be added, compared, and presented. So thus, this assumption of cardinal, the very assumption of cardinal measurement of utility is itself wrong. This is the criticism against this law. Cardinal measurement of utility is not possible because utility is a psychological concept. This is the opinion of the critics. So we finished with UC, unrealistic assumption and cardinal measurement. Now coming to the third point, that is indivisible goods. Now as Marshall has mentioned, this assumption of divisibility, that means according to Dr. Alfred Marshall, this law is applicable to the divisible items. It is assumed that each and every unit of consumption is divisible into small units. That's fine. But then the question raised here is, then what about the indivisible goods? This law is not applicable to the indivisible and bulky goods. Indivisible bulky goods such as car, AC, refrigerator, television, such goods normally consumer purchases one at a time. And we don't go on consuming unit 1, 2, 3, 4 continuous consumption. And hence this law is not applicable in case of indivisible goods. Then what about the indivisible goods? क्या किया जाए indivisible goods का? That's the problem. So this is the criticism against this law of DMU. Now next point number 4, constant MU of money. This law assumes that marginal utility of money remains constant. But whereas in practice, in reality, it's not possible to have constant MU of money. Now, here the critics argue that MU of money differs from person to person, and this is also influenced by the stock of money a person has, as well as changes in the prices of a commodity. And that's very true, because see, marginal utility of money will not be the same to a poor person and a rich person. Supposing any commodities price is say 10,000 rupees, then a poor person might find it costly. Whereas for rich person, it's okay, like 10,000 is the commodity cheap, he may find. So likewise, the MU of money is never same for the rich and the poor. So it differs from person to person, because basically it is influenced by the stock of money a person is holding. Moreover, with the changes in the prices of commodities, marginal utility of money also keeps changing, and hence it is not possible to observe this constant MU of money. This is the criticism against the law. Now coming to the last point, a single want. This law, the law of DMU, is restricted to the satisfaction of single want at a point of time. At one time, there should be consideration of satisfying a single want of the consumer. But in practice, it's not possible. In reality, it's not possible, because we have unlimited wants. And that's why consumer needs to satisfy multiple wants at a point of time. And hence it is very difficult to observe the functioning of the law just considering a single want at a time. So even this point of a single want is also criticized on this ground. So up till now, we finished the criticisms. I repeat the points in short: unrealistic assumptions, cardinal measurement, indivisible goods, constant MU of money, and a single want. So you see, I see, single want. Those were the points of criticisms of the law of DMU. We finish with the criticisms here. If you found this lecture useful or of little bit help at least, then do like and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.